Nebraska high school football, Greg, what is the state of it right now, the quality level compared to, your experience through the years?
Well, I think we've talked about this before, and it's gone up quite a bit since I've been here. Um, since I've moved back here, we'll put it that way. The last 11 years, after being out around the country, doing all the top prospects in the country. But yeah, it's gotten much better. The Omaha metro area definitely uh, puts out quite a bit of talent now. It gets to be more and more every year. You see at least three guys already committed to other Power Five schools, not Nebraska, coming out of the metro area. And then the Lincoln area is still trying to play catch up a little bit, but and you still though get a couple, handful of prospects out of the Lincoln area. And then from around the state, out west always produces a couple of guys. And then some of the, guys around the central part of the state as well. But yeah, in my opinion, it's made leaps and bounds from where it might have been about 10, 11 years ago, where you were really only getting about 4 or 5, Power Five type guys tops. Now you've doubled that at least, maybe even a little bit more than that, and then you still plenty of group of 5 type players, lots of those type of players that come out of here. So I like what I see. I mean, coming from a guy that played his high school football here, we won't mention how long ago that was, but yeah, you were back in my day. You were lucky to have like one guy maybe out of the city of Lincoln going to a Power Five type school, or maybe 2 guys out of the Omaha Metro. But yeah, it's gotten much better, and obviously the increased population has a lot to do with that. So
Yeah, because I was going to say, did that just happen?
no,
Or
the size, how much Omaha has grown and how much Lincoln has grown. Just for example, when I played, I played in the 80s, the later 80s, and there were only 4 high schools here in Lincoln. There are 6 public high schools now, and there's 7. There's 2 more being built. So now you basically doubled the size of the population here in Lincoln, and Omaha has grown so much to where your Elkhorn area, your Papillion areas, your Bellevue areas have gained a lot. I mean, most people in Omaha are moving out west, and that's your Elkhorn area, and Elkhorn's building another high school as well, all Class A high schools. So yeah, there's not enough schools to go around right now, and in Nebraska, at least in Omaha and Lincoln, there's plans, there's things being built right now to accommodate the increased population.
now at this time next week, the College Football Playoff Selection Committee will be making its first rankings known. You have much interest in that?
Nope, won't even watch it.
No?
Nope. I have no desire to see. It is what it is. Nebraska's not involved with it. I don't care.
Okay.
I'll watch the games when whoever makes it in there. Those
Sure.
4 to make it, I'll definitely watch it. But I think it's nonsense unless you're involved in it. Unless your team's involved in it, it's all nonsense to me. And I could care less what they're ranking the teams right now. I mean, when that final weekend is over, then I'll pay attention to it. So
So from the time this started in 2014, so we've now played.
It's an ESPN TV thing. It's just sucking people in.
Well, yeah, it's not a true playoff. It's an invitational. You have to be invited to play. It's not a real playoff. It's not the NFL playoffs where you statistically earn your playoff berth. You're selected. Selected.
NCAA tournament does it perfectly. They have Sunday. They have Selection Sunday. Boom, they do it once. I mean, why do we have to hear week in and week out who's the top 10, top 20?
Well, because people want to hear.
Yeah, well, I guess. guess.
That's why there's rankings all the time.
So, like I said, that's why ESPN's making all that money off of people watching that.
So you're not the guy that. So again, this has been going on for 7 years. So you're not going to be the guy that when those Final Four come out the last time for good, it's going to say that team shouldn't have made it. They should have made it. You typically don't have any kind of gripes with it.
Oh, just I also have the same gripes as everybody else. It's like, oh yeah, that team might have gotten screwed, but it is what it is. Until they change it, this is what we're stuck with, and it seems like somebody's always getting shortchanged over it. And like I said, the same kind of thing as Selection Sunday for the NCAA basketball tournament. I mean, that's always your big news on that Sunday is who didn't make it. So yeah.
The big difference there, though, is if you don't make the NCAA basketball tournament, if you can't make the top 68, then do you really have a legit shot at a national championship? I think it's been proven no. As opposed to if you're 4 or 5, well, that's only 4 teams.
Yeah. Now, I mean, granted, Nebraska has not been involved in this since it came out, so that's why I don't have any interest in it. If Nebraska's in there ranked in there, I mean, they have been a couple of times, but that was short lived. But if Nebraska is back to being a ranked team throughout the year like they used to be, then I'd probably I'm paying attention to that show each week. So yeah.
Christopher is making a ton of comments, and this is not a criticism, Chris. I'm just trying to follow your line of thinking. So he's made a lot of comments in here about Scott Frost, and they're actually defending Scott Frost. But he's making a lot of comments here. He's going back to 1997 in the national championship split. And just saying if it's Michigan and you, Dude, Frost, and why did I even start reading that? I can't make anything out of that. Okay. Anyway, just trying to follow the live chat chatter.
He's just saying that. No, he's saying that who are you going to hire that's better than Frost, and I'm right there with him. I mean, you fire Scott Frost, and you're starting over again, and who else is out there that you're going to accept as like a homegrown guy like Harbaugh is to Michigan? A guy that was successful playing here and then was successful in the pros as a player and then as a coach now. And I would hate to have to start going through that candidate list of that hot board, that coaching hot board, because Frost is gone. I don't think it's fair. With the state of this program was when he took it over, and you've seen a lot of progress coming in here, and it is unfortunately the wins have not come up on that progress list. But I think they're on the right track, and if they keep the players keep believing in it, eventually it's going to come. And that's why I think it would be ridiculous just to fire Scott Frost because of the win-loss record right now. Look how long it took Tom Osborne to be successful. Look at all those legendary coaches. They didn't just walk in and start winning ball games.
Osborne didn't?
It took Osborne 3 or 4 years to get things going. It took Bob Devaney longer than that to get things going here. It doesn't just happen overnight.
Oh, man. Osborne was winning right out of the gate.
No, he wasn't.
9-2? 9-3, 10-2, 9-3, 9-3. Yeah, not to where he would eventually get. That's pretty strong. Top 10 teams.